I'm Ren Burgett with Burgett and Ross Insurance. We have been insuring Tennessee families for 40 years. We're located in Nashville, and today I'm here to talk to you about wedding insurance. In this video, I'm going to tell you what it is and why you need it before you walk down the aisle. First, let's talk about what wedding day insurance is. This is a one-day insurance policy to protect you against any mishaps that may occur on your wedding day. You can get a special event or wedding day policy, and it really helps protect you against the unanticipated. What if your venue suddenly goes out of business? What if your bridal salon loses your dress? What if your caterer backs out? You can put your mind at ease and purchase a one-day special event policy. So basically, it protects your investment for anything that's really beyond your control, and it can help you get the money back in the event of a loss, damage, or anything related to your wedding, even if your wedding is canceled or postponed. Okay, let's talk about what's covered with a wedding day insurance policy. The first thing is your dress. I'm sure you spent lots of time trying to find the perfect dress, and you spent thousands and thousands of dollars. Now, what if something happens? I know that's a very tragic thought, but what if something were to happen to your wedding dress? Well, you can get it repaired or replaced if your wedding gown or if your groom's tuxedo is lost or damaged. You can recoup any lost deposits. So you can be reimbursed your deposit if a vendor goes out of business, declares bankruptcy before your wedding, or they simply fail to show up. If you lose your rings, you can receive repair or replacement cost if the bride or groom's wedding band is lost or damaged. Reimbursement is also available if a necessary or unavoidable cancellation or postponement of the event occurs. So you can get reimbursement for transportation, for food, for catering service, for any property and equipment rentals, or any of the locations that you rented. So if you rented a banquet hall, a venue, you can get reimbursement for all of that money. If you have ruined photos, I know that's one of the most important things about your wedding day is you want to capture the moment with great photos. Now, if your photographer's film is defective, or if the negatives get lost or damaged, wedding insurance can help cover the cost to retake new photos. Now, what if the bride or groom serves in the military and they're called to active duty and you have to completely postpone your wedding? If this is the case, wedding insurance can provide reimbursement for any non-recoverable expenses. If you have damage to your gifts during your ceremony, you can get repair or replacement cost if any of your wedding gifts are damaged. Now, what if there's a sudden illness? If the bride unexpectedly becomes sick, or the groom, or the parents, or a key person that serves in the wedding. If the wedding has to be postponed because a key person suddenly becomes ill, you can receive reimbursement for certain non-recoverable expenses. Now, one of the main reasons that people look for wedding insurance is because the venue they're getting married at requires them to get insurance. Most venues require $1 million general liability policy and a liquor liability policy if you're going to be serving alcohol at your wedding. So with the wedding insurance program, you can get the $1 million general liability policy that you need to protect the venue. And last is liquor liability. So the venue will definitely require this if you are serving alcohol at your event. Whether you're paying for the alcohol or you're having the guests pay for alcohol, you still need liquor liability insurance just to make sure that if your crazy Aunt Sue gets drunk, you're covered for anything that may happen. Now let's talk about how much wedding insurance is. So the premium, which is what you're going to pay for the policy, is basically determined by the amount of your wedding. So if you have a $15,000 wedding, your premium is going to be one set amount. If you have a $1 million wedding, your premium is going to be another set amount. So I'm going to use an example of a $35,000 wedding because that's the average cost of a wedding today. So let's say that's how much you're spending on your wedding. Your premium will be about $300, and it's going to cover any cancellations, vendor issues, transportation problems, any issues with photography, wedding dress damage, lost wedding rings or gifts, everything that I covered in the list just a few seconds ago. That's all going to be included in the premium of $300 if your wedding were to cost $35,000. Next, you're going to have to add the $1 million general liability as required by the venue. Now, 1 million is the average, but some venues may require 2 million, 3 million, and even higher. If so, that price would increase. But a basic $1 million general liability policy will cost $165. If you're adding liquor liability, that depends on the amount of guests you're serving. So it ranges from $50 all the way up to $300, just depending on how many guests are attending your wedding. So if you were just to get the wedding insurance coverage for a $35,000 wedding and the $1 million general liability policy as required by the venue, that means your total insurance premium is $465. So $465 is what you would pay to cover everything on your wedding day. Now, if you're spending $35,000 on your wedding, $465 is certainly worth insuring your wedding to make sure if anything were to go wrong, you are completely covered and you can recoup any of your financial investments. Okay, all of this sounds great, so what's next? Well, the next step is to get a quote. It's a very quick process. So just click the Get a Quote button on our website and it will guide you through the information needed to get a quote and purchase your wedding day policy. Make sure you click the Get a Quote button that's on the wedding day insurance page of our website because that one's specifically for wedding insurance. If you click Get a Quote on our top bar of our website or any other page of the website, it's going to take you to the general quote information. So make sure you're on the wedding day insurance page and just click the wedding day insurance quote. Now, if you have a special event, a bar mitzvah, a retirement party, a big birthday, whatever it may be, you can also get the same type of coverage for a one-day special event policy, and that option is also listed on our website as well. Now, what if you have a question? What if there was something in here I didn't cover? You have an outlier issue that may not be listed on this program, so there's something that you want coverage for that's not specifically listed. Just send me an email and I will answer your question. My email address is burgettinsurance@gmail.com. I hope that answered all of your questions about wedding day insurance. Make sure you protect your investments on your special day and you get the right insurance coverage that you need for your big day.